Astrology forecast for Friday, December 2nd, 2011. It's a day of big changes, with one following another, like a resignation of one and the rest following behind, as the Sun and the Moon square off, as well as Mars and even Mercury, to bring many lives to a turning point where you have to get to work, or getting work is more difficult than any job. This is one of those days that is hard on many and test our levels of conscientiousness, compassion, and integrity, which means it's time to knuckle down and get serious, basically. Aries. With the planet of genius, Uranus, in your sign for the next 6 years, you'll be reinventing your life in ways that will help to prepare you for the new world where your interests seem to parallel the desires of people worldwide. With your ruling planet Mars at odds with the Sun and the Moon, you'll be making the difficult changes you'd like to see others initiating, and, as usual, you'll be leading the way. Taurus. Yesterday was a sweet day in the stars. Today has its share of fender benders, as they're called, since the Sun squares the emotional Moon, impatient Mars, and fickle Mercury, which is retrograde, to make for a lot of work and encourages you to build anew, as your old ways may need to be replaced with more flexible and practical ones. By the evening, you'll be proud of your progress. Gemini. With Mercury retrograde affecting your sign as much or more than anyone, forcing you as well as all of us to repeat every action until we get it right, take on the challenges that come with the Moon in Pisces squaring Mercury in Sagittarius, since this is the best use of the energies that are at your disposal today, perfect for the hard task of cleaning up the past by facing your inner truths. Cancer. The day begins on the most difficult aspect coming first, followed by Mars in opposition to the Moon and then to the Sun, ending around noon Mountain Daylight Time, when Mercury makes the last challenge to the Moon, your ruling orb, meaning you'll have work to do and should have major changes to deal with. Going void, of course, until Saturday evening, giving you some time off from the world. Leo. It's a challenging day, beginning with your ruler, the Sun, squaring the Moon and then Mars, to make for a bit of frustration as your life force feels crimped, and you bounce back by the afternoon and may want to call it good around noon, when you'll be done and ready to relax with a good movie, a friend, a loved one. Virgo. You'll get a lot accomplished today if you plan on it, at least during the first half of the day, as once noon arrives, it's time for a siesta that lasts through Sunday morning, when you'll have your passion for life back on track and be ready for the month ahead, as Mercury meets up with the Sun to birth a new idea, agreement, mental outlook, and plan for the next year. Libra. It's a day of balancing acts and gear shifting, best for doing whatever work you have left to do, as you'll likely achieve little while the Moon goes void until late Saturday evening, which is good for get-togethers, and by Sunday, you'll be focused on the future as you put this difficult phase behind you. Scorpio. The Moon in a healing water sign is one of the best times of the month for you to get the most out of life's small pleasures, as the zodiacal month comes to a close tomorrow, with a new one beginning Saturday evening when the Moon enters Aries. Once you've made the changes Friday demands, put everything on hold until Saturday night, when it's easier to follow through on any commitments. Sagittarius. Today is made for getting your work done early, and for little else after the lunch hour, if you are able anyway, as little of consequence takes place once the Moon goes void, of course, and lingers in the sign of sleepy Pisces until Saturday evening, when you get your marching orders, as the Moon enters Aries and harmonizes with your sign for the rest of the weekend, making you a happy Sag. Capricorn. The day has 3 squares, an aspect that your sign ruler Saturn represents, so you can take advantage of these dynamics and accomplish more than you have in a while. Changes are made under this type of combination, and building new foundations is the likely outcome of your efforts, leaving you feeling successful on this Friday and perhaps very tired as well. Aquarius. Friday isn't going to be your favorite day of the week, though Saturday and Sunday should make up for it, as the Moon meets up with freaky Uranus Saturday evening to bring some pleasant surprises and positive outcomes before the weekend is over. Sunday ends on a great note, as the Sun in Sagittarius aligns with the Moon in Aries, and all's well that ends well. Pisces. The Moon continues its transit of your sign until Saturday evening, so enjoy the support this brings to your agenda, though Friday begins with some difficulties that you'll work out, leaving the afternoon and evening open to suggestions. As the fewer plans you make for the next 2 weeks, the better, when accepting invitations for the holidays until after Mercury goes direct. I do fun, enlightening astrology readings by appointment. Call me at 575-737-0380. Contact Jed Noble at hipmark.com for audio, video, and website production at 575-737-8045. You can hear these forecasts again at 1340kvot.com. From the mystic truth of the heavens, as above, so below. TaosAstrologer.com.